Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Friday, it's the 14th of October. We've got some new mods and we've got 4 updates today. The Lizard GD4HS pack by Gens M, the Lassotech LH2 by Mixter07, the Agroliner PWO pack by Axe Diamond, and the Cow Barn with Garage by Barney have all had updates. In front of me, we have got the Old Barn with Shelter by Vertex Dezign, 5.77 megabytes download, 6 slots on console, 31,500 to buy. You'll find it in the build mode and sheds. As with pretty much all Vertex Design stuff, really nicely made, nicely detailed. The level of detail is, down to the grain on, it's brilliant. Really, really nice. Like I say, build mode, sheds, scroll across, and just there. Old Barn with Shelter. Slot count will come down from 6 to 1 for any subsequent one you build. We've got like a overhead garage door type situation there. This one is a sliding, which we can also close that way. This one slides that way. We've got like a storage for grains and things like that. It looks like kind of like a feed rail really here. But if we come to the back of this, we can open the gate at the back. But if you want it, if you're not going to put grains and stuff in, because the boards would be to stop the grains from going out the door. If we turn sideways, you can open that as well. So you've got the door entryway. If you want to have the door entryway, lighting, we've got a light switch. Where's the lights? Oh, over there. There we go. Just there. There's 2 small doors at the back. It's not a drive-through. We've got 2 sort of small doors like that, and then we've got the covered section here, which you could use as a silage clamp. It's not actually a silage clamp. It doesn't have a compaction thing or anything like that. But again, crop types or vehicles or bales or whatever you want to put in here. We've got light switch here as well, and there's slight overhang as well. If you want to put tools, header, something like that along there, you can. Lovely. The Old Barn with Shelter by Vertex Dezign. Next we've got, well, we'll do the tractor first, then we'll do the other thing because we can attach it on and see it working. We've got the Massey Ferguson 5S by Grubby, 12.58 megabytes download, 22 slots on the console. Lovely little drop nose. Loads of lighting on it. A few different options. Nice different, it's Michelin, I think they went for these. Michelin communals. So slightly different tyre option than you just say generally come across. You'll find this under vehicles and small tractors. 76,500 for the base model, which starts at 105 horsepower. We've got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Continental, Mitas, Fredestein and Nokian. Under Trelleborg, I'm not going to read them all out, but we have got Michelin, that's the one I was talking about, the communal. It's a nice addition on the Michelins. BKT, just those, standard. Continental. Mitas. Fredestein. Nokian. And then back to Trelleborg. Roof configuration, we've got standard or we've got front loader. So if you've got a front loader on the front and you're raising it up, you can look up and out, plus a little cage on there, so if anything drops, it doesn't go through that and injure you. Very nice indeed. You've got with or without floor mat inside. With or without warning triangle on the back there. We've got attachers, front weight or 3-point link. Front loader attacher, no, quick, Hauer, or back off again. Engine setup, we've got 105 horsepower, 115, 125, 135, 145 or 155, which is the 5S145 chip tuned. So maximum 155 horsepower. Main colour, anything on that palette, which is pretty cool. So you can pick a custom colour for your Massey Ferguson if you want. Design colour does the whole roof section. Oh, it does the Massey Ferguson logo bit as well. That's pretty cool. And then rim colour. It starts off by default as a silver, but then you can pick anything you want on that palette. And the license plate option 2. It's quite loud, this one. I have checked my settings. I thought maybe I've knocked my settings because one of the tractors I did the other day was quite loud, but actually it's not. They're just fairly loud tractors. It does sound really, really nice, this one, to be fair. Horn, lighting, like I said, the lighting is really good all the way around this. Beacons, there's no doors or windows that open on this, but interior, really nicely made. Like I said, the front load a bit there. Nice little addition, so when you're raising it up you can still see what you're doing. Very tidy, very tidy indeed. I like it. Very cool. There we go, the Massey Ferguson 5S by Grubby. Next we've got this, the Frontier. This is the Hi-Vis LED Lights Tractor Front Weight. This is by ScandinavianVikingsModRebuilds. And there was another bit, started with a T, but everywhere I looked it was covered over by something. I couldn't work out what the rest of it says, but ScandinavianVikingsModRebuilds. 0.76 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. This has got connector here which will plug in when you attach it to your little socket which is there, and it runs the lights. There's what's the word I'm looking for? Strobes in the front as well. It's really nice. Now, another really well made mod, is really cool. So I put my lights on, go to those, puts the lights on it, turn all my lights off and then put the beacons on. Look at that. I like that. There's no manual raise or lower on this one, it's just a L1 and circle, raise and lower the weight. We'll have a look at the options on it, but that's brilliant, I like that. So you'll find it under tools, under weights. So slot count will come down from 2 to 1. It is a class weight, so it doesn't really... I don't think it actually says it on it anymore, does it? I don't think so. But anyway, it is a class weight. The base weight is 1,800 kilograms, 1.8 ton. Then we can add 400 kilo lumps on the top, so up to 2.2, 2.6, 3 ton, 3.4, and then back to standard again. We can change the base colour. There's a whole load of greys and ash and ocean and whole load, so you can change your weight colour. Have a look on the palette, there'll be something on there I'm sure you will like. Those are your options. That's what it does. Very nice indeed. The Hi-Vis LED tractors, LED lights tractor front weight by Scandinavian Viking Mods Rebuild. Moving on from there, we've got these. This is the Italian Auger Wagon pack. This is by Thomas96 Modding and Arator 24. There's 2 in this pack. You'll find them under auger wagons, because that's what they are. And there's a few different options on these with regard to chutes and how they empty and those kind of things, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a second. These chutes, for example, I'll talk about it now, might as well. So you've got your auger pipe, which you can extend. You open up your auger pipe for putting into seeders, fertilizer spreaders, whatever, because this will do all your regular auger wagon type things, so you can do your wheats and barleys and those kind of things too. But if you're loading into seeders and fertilizer spreaders and that kind of thing, that's absolutely fine. So you pipe out and do that. But if you get to a sell point or you want to unload, you can unload with these chutes, so you don't have to put the pipe out if you don't want to. So if you're in an enclosed space and you want to unload into a silo and you've got a covered one or something like that, you can unload directly out of these chutes here. You've then got an option without a folded one to have one like this, but that doesn't move at all. There's an option with one of these with chutes as well. This does fire out quite a long way, and as you can see, we have got lights up on there as well, so that's pretty cool in the augers. Then the second version, which is a little bit bigger, I think has pretty much the same options on it. I love the details of the VIN plate and stuff like that on there. Or manufacturer's plate, I know it's always referred to as a VIN plate. But so, under auger wagons. Not too expensive at all either. Now, interestingly, I don't know if it's because this one's got more options. That one's more expensive, but has less capacity if you go up. But anyway, it's 9,500, 7,500. Both of these are 4 slots. It's 5.64 megabytes to download the pack. So the first one, as I said, we got without overside 6,200 litres, with overside 7,700. We've got the option of Trelleborg, Lizard, Nokian, back to Trelleborg. Trelleborg, we've got a standard 2, back again. The Lizard is just that, and the Nokian is just that. On the back, we've got the option of a ladder, yes or no. We've got fenders, yes or no. Front tube support, so at the moment it's just kind of hanging. You can put a front support on there if you want. Then we've got a new model or an old model. It's a bit more faded, I guess. That actually looks shinier on that one. But anyway, those are the 2 options there. Then we've got PTO. There's a whole load of options on the PTOs here, depending on how you want to customize it. High stack and standard, high stack and black PTO, high stack and homokinetic. And then we just run through a whole load of different options. I think we come back to there. That's the standard one. There we go. Then pipe. So we've got high pipe and low exhaust. So you've got the high pipe or the exhaust bit there, like I was just talking about. You can have tall tube that doesn't have the low exhaust. You can have high rear with a low exhaust, or just the high discharge. So it depends how you want to unload, and various different options, but that's what it will do. We'll have a look at those in a moment. Then back to the standard rim color, white or grey, and then license plate option as well. Then the next one, a little bit cheaper, maybe it's an older version possibly, but with the oversize, so we go 6,400 up to 7,900 litres. Wheel brand Lizard, no options. Trelleborg standard and the standard 2. And then the Nokia and the road just in a slightly different order. We've got a ladder option, which we've seen already. Fender option we've got as well. And then front tube support again. If you go for the one old or new options, I think it starts with an old, then goes on to the new that way around. PTO options the same. So then we've got the high. This one starts on the high rear rather than the folded. High rear, low exhaust, high discharge, high pipe, low exhaust, tall tube. Back to that again. So if you've gone for that one and you've gone for the option with the front tube support, that will appear when you go for that option. Then rim color again, and license plate option. So what we'll do, we'll hook up to, well, trying to think, yeah, we'll hook up to each of them. So this will give you the option to unload here without the pipe open, because I've got the low discharge chute. So if I do that, I can unload just like that. So if you're feeding animals, or let's say into a silo or a cell point or something like that, you can. But if I open the pipe out and then I unload, it will unload from the pipe. That will be the priority. So if it's closed, it will go for the discharge. Now if you haven't got that discharge chute on the bottom, it will only work on the pipe when you open the pipe, which you'll see on the last one. And as you see, unloading, pipe folding. Actually, you know what we'll do? Let's turn the lights on, and you'll see the light on the, there you go, on the discharge auger as well. Fold that one away. Disconnect. So the next one doesn't have the folding pipe, and I don't think, do I go for the discharge chute on this one? No, I didn't. So this one will only work, that one's having a bit of a fit there. This one will only work from the pipe. So if we zoom in a little bit, this will only do the unload here. So there's no pipe open or close, or there's nothing for a discharge chute. But when we unload here, it's got quite a range on it. So if you are tipping into or putting into seeders, fertilizer spreaders, that's fine. But again, you can have this one with the lower discharge chute as well if you want to. So again, if you're tipping on the floor or into a silo and you don't want it jetting out the top, you don't have to. You can have it with that option as well. And if we go on to the second design that we looked at, I only got one of those. So this one we've got the pipe again without the discharge chute though, but this is the folding one. Does exactly the same. It has to be open, then you can unload. So yeah, those are your options. Cheap and cheerful. Not a bad capacity, especially if you're doing seed or fertilizer, that's fine. Obviously if you're hauling grain and stuff, 7,700 or 7,900 is not a huge amount to be taken around with you. But if you're doing a small map, small farm, small fields, it might be absolutely perfect. So there you go. That's the Italian Auger Wagon pack by Thomas 96 Modding and Arator 24, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. And I will say this, as I always do, as far as I know this week, Sometimes we get some at the weekend, you never know. But as far as Friday goes, this is the last of the mods. This is the old General Mill. This is by FarmerJeb. 12.97 megabytes download, 39 slots on console, and 85 grand to buy. I have to say, the detail on this is amazing. It looks fantastic. There's a backstory as well. If you read it on the hub, early 1900s brick factory meets modern innovation. Constructed 1916, as it says up on there. The mill saw many decades of profitable business, as a modest sugar mill by H.A. Bauer. It saw many decades of profitable business but stopped operation after 3 generations. Recently, the old General Mill was acquired from the Bauer family, where it was renovated and retrofitted with the latest in milling and hydro press technology. So, this modernised rustic mill offers a plethora of milling and pressing capabilities. So this rolls in 3 different production facilities into one. So 3 or 4. This will do your oils, it will do your flours, and it will do your sugars, plus a load of byproducts as well. So if you haven't got a lot of room on a map, or you don't want, or you can't afford to have multiple, it depends what you're running. If you're doing a hard economy, you could get this and then run a whole load of processes through it, which is absolutely brilliant. So you find out a build mode, production. There's not a sell point that goes with this, but there you go. Out on the end, 85,000. Slot count will come down to 39 to 2, which is pretty cool. So putting into it is done here. Now I haven't filled this to capacity, but I'll tell you what the capacities are in a moment. So putting in is done here. Our pallets will spawn out here for the things that have pallets. Our management button is there. If we come around the back, we have the ability to, anything you've put in here, I say anything, hang on, let me just reread that, it's not everything, is it? All inputs, except for grapes and olives, can be retrieved from the mill if you need to remove them. So if you put them in there, and you decide, I didn't mean to put that many in, I'll sell some, you get a good price, you want to come back and take something out, you can take them back out again from here. We do have a light switch here as well, so we can deactivate the silo lights at night, or activate them at night. The rest will come on automatically, but you do have the option to activate or deactivate those manually. So as far as capacities go, well, let's go to the management bit here, and we'll click on it. So we can make grape juice. Oh, they're grapes as well, so grape processing. Sorry, yeah, we'll do that. So we can do grape juice, although I won't do raisins, but you can do the juice. Olive oil, canola oil, sunflower oil. The sugars from sugar beet cut, and sugar cane. Then flour from wheat, barley, oats, sorghum, corn, and soybean. So quite a few bits and bobs. The productions are all running at 672 cycles per month, but the recipes do vary slightly. They're all around 1,000. You lose a little bit on some of them, but not much. In that one, 1-to-1. That one, although you get sugar, but you do get a byproduct of pig food. So let's have a look at those. So grape juice, you get your grape juice with the byproducts of pig food. Olive oil, same thing. Not obviously grape juice, but olive oil with pig food. That one's just your canola oil. That one's your sunflower oil. That one you'll get some pig food with your sugar. That one you won't. That one you will. Then your flours, when you do your wheat, barley, oats, I think it's wheat, barley and oats, you get chaff as a byproduct as well. Then your sorghum, corn, and your soybean. So soybean's actually probably the worst one there. Your sorghum, you do very well. You get more sorghum, you get more flour out than you put in. The corn's a little bit lower, but that's the lowest one, I think, the soybean one. You're probably almost better off in that situation selling your soybean. But anyway, capacities then. It does say water is 260,000 litres. I filled that up because quite a few of them require it. Flour producing inputs, so any of the ones that produce flour down the bottom, the capacity for that is 240,000 litres each. I've only put 70,000 litres in of each, but these were 240,000 litres of each. And then all others are 360,000 litres of each. That's why these are all showing on green, because they've got a lower capacity. These ones aren't quite there yet because these have all got 360,000 litres, so a little bit more capacity. So like I said, I haven't filled them up. But what we'll do is we'll put them all on. I have to say, it's pretty cool that you've got all these various different things that you can produce in one building. Look at the speed it's going as well. Because of the recipe and because of the cycles per month, it's not going to be long before you get stuff coming out. And the fact you're getting pig food and chaff as a byproduct, which you can then use for other things as well. So it's a win-win all the way round when you look at it. Plus it looks fantastic. It's not expensive to buy. 85 grand and you're rolling 4 productions into one. I think that's absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to just wait a few minutes, or I might speed up time a little bit, until we get some stuff out. Actually, flour, we're not going to be far off. I think they're all 1,000 litre pallets. I don't think they're more than that. We're going to have a flour one. There you go. First flour one's out. So yeah, add to that a really nice production speed. And yeah, very cool indeed. That's the old General Mill by FarmerJeb. Are we going to get any more out? Just thinking. They're all running at a pretty good speed, I have to say. Sugar will be the next one, I guess. That's a 723. Right, how long did I speed that up for? Look at that. Flours, sugars, oils. I may have found my new favourite production. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, by FarmerJeb. And that's it for the mods. Sorry, I know. I just wanted to see some more stuff come out of it. That's it for the mods for today and indeed this week. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, have a wonderful weekend. And thanks for watching.